Hey, I'm Roger Barnett. I'm so happy to be here today at Movable Inc.'s Rethink conference to talk about a frictionless future, how supercenters create wow moments at scale, how you can create wow moments for your customers at scale. And it's so great to be here with our friends at Movable Inc., who are just one of our absolute favorite partners. Look, we all know customer activity has shifted to the digital realm. What might not be as intuitive is that, while this has been a trend for some time, it has rapidly accelerated because of COVID. This quote from McKinsey is really informing. It says, COVID-19 is transforming consumer lives. We've covered a decade in days in the adoption of digital, a decade in days. That's how stark consumer behavior has changed in the last 18 months. PwC talks about how the changing of customer priorities is probably permanent. Certainly our behaviors changed during the pandemic. We spend more time watching entertainment and media. We're picking up new hobbies, and industries affected by that directly obviously can take advantage of that. But I think the interesting thing here is that customers are now 50% more likely to try new brands and products in this new digital first world. That means this is something we can take advantage of as brands, or it's something we can be disrupted by as brands. So we have to choose right now. Do we want to be disrupted, or do we want to be disruptors? I think the choice is pretty clear. We need to create wow moments for all of our customers in this new digital first world. Let's talk about some companies that are doing this really well. Home Depot's thriving right now. The experience of shopping at a Home Depot today is radically different than it was 2 years ago. I think about my own experiences about shopping at a Home Depot. It's a massive warehouse with tens of thousands of products. And I would not run by Home Depot on my way home from work to get something. I would just carve out a couple hours on a Saturday afternoon to go, because I feel like I would need to talk to multiple people who work there that understand where things are, ask their opinion, left or right, figure out where to go to get particular things. It's a great store. Lots of products, but just difficult to navigate. Today, I can buy all my products online. I can research online, then go to the store. When I walk in the store, their app knows I'm there through GPS, and the first screen that comes up is, what are you looking for? I type it in, it gives me an aisle and a bin number. I can go straight there. I can buy my products in advance, and they can deliver it to my car, or I can walk in and it's sitting there behind the customer service counter for me, ready to pick up. It's a radically different experience. And while many companies have been disrupted by COVID, let's look at the stock price of Home Depot. It's at an all-time high. They've taken advantage and are disrupting in this environment. Best Buy has a similar story. The customer experience there is radically, in my opinion, as a customer, improved. Best Buy is another customer of Message Gears, and they allow the same customer experience that's seamless across devices. It lets you buy online, ship to your house, pick up in the store. You can pick up at the customer service desk or have it delivered to your car. When you go into the store, you can touch it and feel it, then buy it, or look on their app and use it as a sales assistant, if you will. Their stock has also seen all-time highs during the pandemic. For a store that frankly sells electronic commodities that you can buy at many other places, they provide the best experience and therefore are getting all-time highs in revenue. Expedia is yet another Message Gears and Movable Inc. customer that is doing really well right now anyway. We know travel and leisure has been decimated by COVID and can change consumer behavior in many ways in our travel plans. But Expedia has embraced this and is trying to provide these wow moments for their customers. Think about all the data that you have to have about your travel customer to give them wow experiences. You need to understand where they've traveled, where they're going to, if they're on a flight, if they're on a rental car or on a train or some combination of all three. You need to know their loyalty status. You need to understand if their plane is delayed, whether weather might impact something in the future. And if you can leverage this data to deliver messaging the right time and the right device, you can create wow experiences for customers in ways that will engender loyalty and happiness. The trick for Expedia, though, is if you don't do that, you actually might create a negative experience in a travel situation. So the stakes are really high. So what do we need to create wow moments? We need to know who our customers are and everything that we can know about them, their demographics, their location, their technographics. We need to know what they want. We need to know their past buying behavior and have a sense of what they might want to buy in the future. We need to know when they want it. When is the best time for them to react to the offer you want to give them? And then, of course, finally, where they want it. What device they're most likely to respond to, or where they want to consume your offers or your product. And it might be different places and different times of day. These are all the things you need to know. Movable Inc. calls this the magic behind your marketing. And I actually like the word magic better. Message Gears generally calls it wow moments and creating those wow moments. But because consumers have become accustomed to getting those wow moments, they're now expecting it. And so it's no longer wow if it's your expectation. It's more about just creating the magic of giving a great consumer experience across the entire digital landscape. But here's the problem. Magical moments are hard. And if you're a big brand with millions of customers, they're really hard. Creating these types of cross-channel experiences at scale is challenging. It's challenging because it's all driven based on data. Data creates these moments. What you know about your customers and getting access to that data to give them these magical moments is what makes it happen. And too many of us are experiencing data friction that gets in the way. This is a pretty typical setup of a marketing technology stack for probably most of you. Your core customer data and all the contextual data that you need around offer data, inventory data, store locator data, and whatnot, live within your data environment. You have access to it, or your company does. But to market to your customers, you have to take a copy of that data and send some of it to your CDP. Copy that data, send some of it to your segmentation platform, to your ESP, to your mobile platform. Now, Movable Inc. does a really good job of trying to stitch this data together to create these magical moments. But even they operate with one hand tied behind their back often because of this data fragmentation. It's like trying to do great work on a Windows 2000 computer. It's just outdated. This way of storing and accessing data is dramatically outdated. Oh, wait a second. Let me go to a live shot of Susan. She's trying to get a magical cross-channel campaign out the door, and she's a little frustrated. I imagine many of you have felt the same way in trying to create these magical moments, knowing that you have access to the data to do it, and you just can't get it done. So let's talk about a frictionless future, how you can move forward. Movable Inc. has this other quote I love. People don't experience data, they experience content. And they're exactly right. So your job as marketers is to figure out how to turn data into content that your customers want to see when they want to see it. Message Gears does this in a truly unique way. We sit within your data environment to access all your data directly. It's game changing. Anything that your company has access to from a data perspective about your customers or about the other sorts of personalization information you need to give them these experiences, we have access to. Then you can use our platform to take that data and do segments and microsegments and holdout groups and activate that data across any of your marketing channels in real time. And then finally, once you have access and once you can activate that data, then you can execute using Message Gears across email and SMS and push if you choose to. And Message Gears can also deliver all of that data so Movable Inc. can give you the magical experiences your customer deserves. Movable Inc. and Message Gears have a joint customer that's a top 10 US retailer. And they've told us they were trying for years to create seamless experiences across mobile, web, and email. And they just weren't able to do it until they used a combination of Message Gears and Movable Inc. to make that happen. And now for the first time within the last year, they've been able to execute and they've seen dramatic results. It's the magic behind your marketing. So let's talk about how Movable Inc. and Message Gears works together. So let's say your customer opens an email and you're a Movable Inc. customer. I hope you all are. If you're not, you should be. Movable Inc. puts an image in your email and it makes a call to the Movable Inc. service to say, what is the best magical content based on everything that they know about that customer, about what device they're calling, and what you want them to show them. MessageGears Engage is one of our products. MessageGears Engage is responsible for consolidating all your internal data to send to companies like Movable Inc. that needs it. So Movable Inc. makes a call to our MessageGears Engage platform and will send back to Movable Inc. all the data they need to create this magical experience. User level data, product recommendations, offer data, inventory data, images. Movable Inc. then constructs the best possible message for your customer, and the email is loaded. All this happens in microseconds, and it delivers a magical experience for your customer on the right device at the right time. Some real data. Chick-fil-A has the best stats in the quick serve restaurant industry in terms of revenue per square foot, in terms of digital adoption, in terms of organic same-store growth. And they have embraced digital throughout the pandemic. I'm a loyal Chick-fil-A customer myself, living in Atlanta. I can tell you that I interact with their brand over their app 95% of the time versus an in-store experience. And they've been able to provide this magical experience for me because of a combination of MessageGears technology and Movable Inc.'s technology to make it happen. You know, OpenTable started a digital transformation several years ago, and they got off to a bit of a rocky start. They moved to MessageGears, and they told us that they wasted a year trying to digitally transform within the old pure play SaaS environment. By sitting MessageGears directly on top of their data, it not only improved revenue and ROI, but it also reduced their cost of storing their data in multiple locations. Don't take our word for it. Forrester just released a total economic impact study of MessageGears. The ROI for MessageGears for our average customer is over 400% with a 6-month payback. So you can choose. Do you want to be disrupted, or do you want to step forward in this changing environment and disrupt the market? I think we'd all, in this case, rather be the meteor than the dinosaurs. So let's be the meteor. You'll be in great company with some of the world's best and most respected brands to create the magical moments your customers deserve. So work with Movable Inc. and MessageGears. Thank you so much. Thanks to Movable for having me today, and I look forward to a great conference.
Stop right there. Focus on this video because MessageGears Engage is about to blow your mind. Hey, my name is Danielle Briner, and I'm the Product Marketing Manager here at MessageGears. I didn't believe it at first when I heard that MessageGears Engage was the only product offering a true moments-based marketing experience for our enterprise B2C organizations and their respective customers. Custom emails rendered upon open time? Absolutely. Copying your data? Nope. But how do we do this? Let me show you. MessageGears Engage was created to make data available in real time to anyone who needs access to it, helping enterprise marketers send better, more personalized, powerful emails to their customers. To see how Engage works, let's look at this email preview here. As a marketer, or even a consumer, we're all familiar with stale data. Have you ever gotten an email asking you to buy something you've already purchased? Us too. This is unfortunately the experience for any B2C organization not using real-time data. But with MessageGears Engage, this item will no longer show up in my customer email because it will have already been updated upon email open by Engage to show the next item or grouping of items the brand wants to show me. To see how this works in action, let's hop into the platform to see it live. You can see that MessageGears Engage plugs directly into your native data sources, which is the data that powers Engage. While in this example, I'm connected to a Google BigQuery environment, MessageGears seamlessly connects to nearly any on-prem data source to access your live customer data. Once connected, I can then select the data I want Engage to directly access. It's that easy. In this case, I have member profile data for each of my recipients indicating what items I want to recommend to them based on their recipient ID and last purchase. I can then promote this data up to Engage to have it be available via API to personalize my dynamic marketing messages or pair with an integration like Movable Ink to create best-of-breed content. I can also schedule these updates of my data to only show new or updated data in MessageGears whenever I send it, which promotes low strain on your database, ensuring data in each message is up to date. It would take about 15 minutes to refresh the data in my database here, which is far too long for this video. But what I can show you now is how I'm going to update my new data. What I'm going to do is only pull down the data that has been changed in the past 15 minutes. This is super powerful to capture all of your customers up to the minute they've just made a purchase in order to ensure an excellent brand experience. Not sure if you believe the hype? Let us show you how MessageGears Engage has changed the marketing of brands like Home Depot, Chick-fil-A, and more with a true moments-based marketing experience. Let's get you started today. Reach out to us at sales@messagegears.com.